it on the index finger, on the middle finger, forming a coil. Then pinch the coil with your thumb and middle finger. Crochet through this loop. Put the thread, pull it out, rotate once, wrap the cotton thread again, pull out the cotton thread, this coil. This hooks a chain stitch, and then we're done with this starting stitch. We are going to hook 6 single crochets in the first round. The single crochet is, we put the crochet hook through the loop, put the thread, pull it out, crocheting and rewinding, 2 more loops of thread out of the crochet hook. This is how it looks. We'll form a chain stitch, 1 line on each side. This is a single crochet. We are going to hook a total of 6 crochet hooks through the loop. Put in the thread, pull it out, wrap the cotton thread again and pull it out of the 2 loops on the crochet hook. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. After 6 hooks, we are going to put this coil comes off the finger, and then you find this one shorter wire. Pull him gently. Pull it until there's no gap in the middle. Then we find the position of the first stitch. Here it is. Crochet through. This loop puts the cotton thread. Pulling it out. Pull out again. And that's the ship stitch. And then our first loop is crocheted. Let's crochet the loop. Pulling the thread out of the loop on the crochet hook. This is the second loop of the second row of the chain stitch. Our pattern for the second loop is to hook 6 increase, single crochet increase. Increase means inside a coil, hook 2 single crochet. Where we enter the stitches, that's where the ship stitch is. The position of the first stitch, here it is. We put the crochet hook through the loop. We pull the thread out. Then wind the thread to bring out the 2 loops on the crochet hook. A single crochet. Another single crochet in the same loop. In this way, 2 single crochets are grouped together. We are going to have 6 sets of hooks. Two, 3, 4, 5, 'After 6 hooks, our loop should total 12 stitches. Then we find the position of the first stitch. Here the 2. Once a ship stitch, a single crochet. We are not at the coil, so our first stitch is here. Right here, enter the needle here. Then pull the thread out and bring it out again. It's a ship stitch. And then a chain stitch, and that's the third loop. So we are now put. We are going to cut the wire. After the second loop is hooked, Let's start the third loop. The pattern for the third loop is a single crochet and an incrustation. This is a set of 6 sets of hooks. This loop is 18 stitches. Let's demonstrate the first group. The first stitch of the first group. Still in the chain stitch at this position. The first stitch is a single crochet. The second stitch is a single crochet increase. 2 single crochets in the same loop. This is a group of 3 loops. Let's give him 6 sets of hooks. After we've hooked 6 sets, we'll find the position of the first stitch. Here it is. Pull the line out of the sheep stitch. OK, we're hooked up on the third loop. Hook a chain stitch. The fourth loop of the pattern is a single crochet, 1 increase and 1 single crochet. 6 crochets in total. The fourth loop is 24. Let's demonstrate the first set. Chain stitch position into the needle. First hook a single crochet. The second stitch is a single crochet incrustation. That's 2 single crochet hooks. The third stitch is a single crochet. In this way we have a group of 4 stitches. We've hooked the 6th group, and now find the position of the first stitch. Pull the thread out of the sheep stitch. Hook another chain stitch. That's the 4th loop. Now we'll start the 5th loop. The pattern for the 5th loop is 3 single crochets and 1 incrustation. 6 sets of hooks. That's 30 stitches. Let's start with 3 single crochets. The position of the chain stitch is the first one to be hooked in. A single crochet. 2 single crochet. 3 single crochet. Fourth hook a single crochet increase. That's 2 single crochets in the same loop. After this hook, 5 coils in a group. Give him hooks in sets of 6. Let's finish the last group and find the position of the first stitch. Sheep stitch. Hook another chain stitch. 2, 4, 5 here. Lap 5 is complete. And then we hook the 6th loop. The pattern for the 6th loop is 2 single crochet and 1 incrustation. 2 single crochets in a group. That's 6 sets of hooks. This loop is 36 stitches. Let's start with 2 single crochets. Into the chain stitch. A single crochet. 2 single crochet. Triple crochet with a single crochet increase. That's 2 single crochets in the same loop. The 4th stitch is still a single crochet. Single crochet on the 5th stitch. This is the 2nd, 4th, 6th and 6th loop. Let's give him 6 sets of hooks. That's 36 stitches. After we've hooked the 6th set of stitches, find the position of the first stitch. Pull the thread out, sheep stitch. Hook up another chain stitch. And then, for the 7th loop we hook ESC in each stitch. 36 single crochet. But this single crochet has to be hooked to the inner half of our crochet. That's the half that's away from us. That's it. Where the first stitch goes in. These are the 2 chain stitches. This is 2 chain stitches. We enter the needle at the position of the chain stitch, going to crochet away from our inner half stitch. Let's go ahead and thread the crochet hook through, and that's a chain stitch. A single crochet. On our side it's the base of a flower pot, and then he looks like this. All in one round. Inside half crochet, crochet him a single crochet. After you've crocheted a single crochet, we find the first stitch, sheep stitch. This is the time to hook both chain stitches. It's just a straight up sheep stitch, because we've already hooked up the base, and now we are going to hook it to 13 loops, or direct hooks. A single crochet, that's one single crochet per coil. We'll start with a chain stitch, and then 8 to 13 turns, he's gonna hook 2 chain stitches. We hook a whole loop. We don't need to hook half of it like we did earlier. After each of the 8 to 13 rounds of crochet, give him the sheep stitch, the chain stitch, and then crochet the next round. Let's finish him off. Hook the last stitch of the 13th round. Then find the position of the first stitch. Pull the thread for him. Sheep stitch. Hook another chain stitch. For our 14th loop, we are going to hook outer half stitch. For the 14th round, we are hooking 36 single crochet, and then we're picking the outer half of the needle. That's close to me. Half a stitch outside, this half near our own. That's it. These 2 chain stitches, we're picking the inside on the 7th lap. Then we'll pick the outside for the 14th lap. This is the edge of the pot. This is where the needle goes in, this is where the chain stitch goes in. And then we'll just pick this half. This is how you enter the needle. Pull the thread out and hook a single crochet. 2. Give him 36小时 hooks. Give him a loop. After the last stitch, we'll follow with the first sheep stitch. Next, we'll hook the 15th loop. The 15th loop is the same. We are going to hook the outer half of the stitch. It's the same as the last round, and then we have to first hook 3 chain stitches. It's 3 chain stitches. That's what we just did. The sheep stitch is coming through and we're pulling it out by wrapping it around the cotton thread. 3 chain stitches, and then a double crochet. The double crochet is crochet around the thread, threading the loop, picking outside, leaning on this half of ourselves. Pull the line out, and then wind the cotton thread. Pull the thread out of the first 2 coils. At this point there are 2 loops left on the crochet hook. Let's wrap the thread and pull out the next 2 loops. And now we have a double crochet, demonstrating the crochet hook wrapped around the cotton thread again. Through this half of the loop, pull the wire out, then pull out the first 2 coils in a single loop. Then 1 more loop to pull out the last 2 coils. This way we have 2 double crochet hooks in total. 36. Finish him off, everyone. Let's finish the last double crochet of the shoes loop. Find the position of the first stitch. That's the 3 chain stitches we just hooked. The first stitch is here. Give it a sheep stitch. Hook a chain stitch. Then we put this double crochet part of it. Cut the line. Then hide the thread. Hide him in here. And cut the threads. And that's how we crochet a flower pot. Next, we'll crochet the soil. Take the brown thread, dark brown thread, then find the 14th circle, where we hooked the inner half of the stitch. Here it is. First stitch. Crochet through this loop. And then we put this line. Give it to him. Press it. Direct. Take the wire from this coil. Pull it out. And hook a chain stitch. Our turn. We are gonna hook him up with 2 single crochets, 1 decrease, 2 single crochet as a group. Crochet in groups of 6. First hook 2 single crochet. Hook in. Put in the cotton thread. The thread is pressed to the top of the crochet hook. A single crochet. Two single crochet, and then the 3rd stitch and the 4th stitch we are going to combine into a decrease. Just hook it in. Half a stitch like this. The next stitch is also a half stitch. Then put the thread. Pull out these 2 half stitches. Make another loop and pull out the 2 loops on the crochet hook. This is a decrease. The next 2 stitches, 2 more single crochet stitches. This looks like a set of. Let's demonstrate another set. Let's start with 2 single crochets. Hook again, a decrease, a half stitch, another half stitch. Pull the thread out. Pull it out again. And then, pull out the 2 loops on the crochet hook in 1 loop. 2 more single crochet hooks. That's it. And then we are going to go ahead and cut the threads out of it. Let's finish the loop. We are done now. Hook the last stitch, 4 single crochet. Here, we are gonna hook an unfinished single crochet. That's when there are 2 loops left on the crochet hook. You have to take out the green cotton thread. Get him the cotton thread. Change this cotton thread. Same thing on top of the part. Then pull the thread through the 2 loops on the crochet hook. You can tighten the brown thread a little bit. Then find the position of the first stitch. Shape stitch, the green and brown line. Put it on this one, above the crochet hook, and then we just put the thread. Shape stitch from the first coil. And then, hook another chain stitch. And that's it for the thread. After join, next hook. This is the 17th loop. We've drawn the line where 17 to 24. It's all single crochet with no additions or subtractions. That's a single crochet in every loop. Hook a single crochet. These first few stitches, same as the brown thread in front. Give it some pressure. Let's cut the threads out of it. And then the 17th to the 24th turn. Give him all of it. Hook single crochet. After each stitch, give him the shape stitch after each loop chain stitch, and then hook the next round. Hook yourselves up to 24. We are now the last stitch of the 24th loop. Find the position of the first stitch. Then for the 25th round, we are going to hook 3 single crochets, 1 decrease, a total of 6 hooks. Then this loop is 24 stitches. Let's start with 3 single crochets. And then we'll hook a decrease. Decrease is a direct pick on the outer half of the needle. And then the outer half of the needle. Combine 2 stitches into 1. Pull the thread over. Pull the line around again. That's it. This is the set off. That's it. 4 coils in 1 group. We are going to give it 6 sets of hooks. 1, 2, 3 single crochet, 1 decrease, and then everyone finish the circle for him. We've hooked the last set here. find the position of the first stitch, ship stitch, then chain stitch, and then laps 26 to 28. We are all hooking 24 single crochets without adding or subtracting. (26 to 28 rounds of the same crochet. Ship stitch, chain stitch after each loop. And then we'll move on to the next stitch. After the last stitch of the 28 round, we find the position of the first stitch. Give him the ship stitch, chain stitch. At this point we can give him. Put a little cotton in there first, because we've only got 2 to 3 turns left behind us. We need to start closing. Once we've stuffed the cotton, let's move on to the 29th loop. The pattern for the 29th loop is 1 single crochet and 1 decrease. 1 single crochet for one group. We are going to give it 6 sets of hooks. When we're done, we'll have 18 stitches in this loop. Start with a single crochet, and then a decrease, and a single crochet. 2 in a group. Let's hook him through the circle. That's 6 sets of hooks. After the last set, we ship stitch, chain stitch, hook the next group. The next set of patterns is a single crochet with a decrease as a group. Hook 6 sets. The final total is 12 stitches. A single crochet, a decrease, hooking up the last set, ship stitch with the first stitch, chain stitch, and then our last loop is to hook 6 decrease. We can stuff him with a little more cotton. We can adjust the shape as we stuff it. Let's hook the last loop. The last loop is all decrease. You need to hook 6. When we're done, we'll follow the first stitch. And then chain stitch. Leave a small line. Closing. Let's close him up. we are going to take the outer half of the needle, picking at the outside. And tighten him up. That's it. Hide the threads for it. Then tie a knot in it. And that's how we hook up the main part. Next, we'll crochet the arms. For the arms, we'll need a chain stitch to lock the edges of the stitches. We pinch the thread, and then we hook into a crimp. Rotate one turn. Then we pinch this intersection. Crochet. Wrap around. Hook the wire out of this coil. Tighten it. And that's how you tie a live knot. And then our first loop is to hook 6 chain stitches. The chain stitch is simply a loop of cotton thread. Pull out this loop. This way, even if it's a chain stitch, we are going to hook a total of 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 4, 6. After hooking 6, we are on the penultimate stitch. Crochet him. 3 half double crochet. We'll start by finding the position of the penultimate needle. A chain stitch here is a stitch. 1, 2, 3. Turn over the penultimate stitch, and behind that, 3. This is it. The raised piece. We'll start by crocheting around it, and then 1, 2, 3. Third stitch turned. This position. Passing through the coil. Then put the cotton thread. Pull it out. At this point there are 3 loops on the crochet hook. Let's make another loop. Pull out these 3 coils directly. This will have double crochet is hooked up. 1 loop. Find the coil. Pull the wire out. Make a loop like this. Pull out 3 coils too. Then after hooking the 3 half double crochets, you add the 4th one. Here, hook a single crochet stitch for him. Last stitch. This is. And that's how we hook our arms. Leave him a long line, break the line. This arm can be glued. It can be glued directly to it, or you can leave a long thread and sew it on. And then the same. We are going to hook another. Let's finish this on our own. Next we'll hook the mouth part. We'll still the same, starting the needle at the edge of the lock stitch. Crochet hook pressing the thread from behind. Rotate one turn. Then pinch this intersection. Then we go round. Pull the line out. Tighten the coil. And then we go straight to around the block. Pull out this coil. This looks like that's one shot. We are going to make 10 stitches. Chain stitch 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. After 10 chain stitches are hooked, we'll turn it around for him. Here's what it looks like. Find the position of the first stitch. It's directly on the front side. First stitch. Beat into the needle. Give him the sheep stitch. When the sheep stitch is ready, we'll directly hook a chain stitch and then break the line. And then when you go back and sew it up, you take this thread longer because the mouth is a circle. It's like this. Next we'll crochet the little flower part. We need to fold the thread into 2 pieces. And then magic ring first. Magic ring. Let's make this line a little longer for him. Crochet hook through the loop, pulling the thread out. Pull out another loop. Hook a chain stitch like this, and then pull it out in a loop. Hook a chain stitch like this, and then we're going to hook a double crochet. Pull out the first 2 loops first. If we make 2 strands like this, with 2 strands here have 4 circles, 4 laps. One more turn to pull out the last 2 coils. Now you have a double crochet. We'll hook another chain stitch. And then we go back to the coil. This wheel petal is hooked. We're gonna hook him up. 5. Hook 1. Chain stitch. Hook another 1. Double crochet. Hook another chain stitch. Back to the coil. Ship stitch. 2 petals. This is the 3rd. And the 4th. Fifth. After 5 hooks, straight up, coil. This one is short and this one is tight. And then give him the same stitch from the ship stitch. Tighten it. Let's disconnect him first. Adjust it. Just wrap the wire around it. It looks like a little flower. That's it. Let's do the assembly part now. You give the arm first. Find the position. It's about the 6th row from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are at this position. Give him a little. Set a place. And then the other hand. Adjust the position. And then everybody use this. Glue the arm to him. I'm going to start by gluing this arm. And then I'm going to take this thread and I'm going to hide it inside its body. Tie a knot. Cut the thread. And that's how an arm is glued. Let's do the same thing with the other side. And the same for the mouth. Let's start with put the glue. Dab it on. Adjust the shape. Hide the threads for it. The flower part of the head is also. Let's take this thread and give it a short cut. And then we'll take these. The threads are fixed on top of the flowers. Gluing it all in place of the petals. Glue it to the top of this head in the center. Adjust the shape. Let's teach you to sew the eyes. Find a place to put the needle. And then we are going to put the needle. Press on this. Press on top of this cactus. We need to grab. That's the line near the cactus. Give him a tangle. 8 laps. Then we push the coils in. Pressing down by hand, pressing down on this coil. It's pressed and then we pull the needle out. And then we go back to this one. This is where the needle was inserted. pass the needle through. An eye. It's done. Let's take a look at this, and then we'll take the back of the line and give it a little twist. Everyone does the same thing with both eyes. And now we have a quirky cactus.